Feel free to ask. I mean, you might think of something on family, personal. All right. Yeah. Shalom, Israel. It's ISBK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're teaching the truth since 1969. We are under command of Jenny Howard. We're here to teach the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth of this Bible. All right, so I'm holding down the class until Priest and Officer Danielle will get here. All right, so as you know, today is a law class. All right, where you learn the law. Your Christian church, your Muslim mosque, your black spiritualities that you want to follow. None of those African coaches is going to teach you anything that we're going to teach you here tonight. Any night, any day that we teach, you don't learn that there. It's the reason why the black community is where it's at now. The reason why men and women in other nations at an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? So you said you had a question, right? Yeah.
Just talking about is there any scriptures on that prove that the Most High didn't condemn multiple women?
All right. Gotcha. This is in a book of Deuteronomy. Let's go to Isaiah 4:1. I'm gonna start there. See, this whole notion of a man can't have multiple wives, that's the white man's doctrine. Even the Africans believe in it. The Arabs, you know what I mean, Moab, you know the Asians. Everybody believed in having multiple wives, but the white man, right? And particularly the Romans. They did whatever they wanted to do, but it was supposed to be monogamous under them. In America, they took on the Christianity. So now, in Christianity, what they tell you in Christianity? When it comes to a marriage and relationships, you got it.
They say that you only can marry one person. Well, a man can marry one woman.
Yeah. So like a man can only marry one woman. Read what you got.
This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Read that one more time.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Listen, it's going to be coming time when women are going to flock towards righteous brothers. You understand? Men of the Lord. All right. You want to know why? Because in today's society, I was just talking to some brothers on Clubhouse today, and I told by the spirit that he hates black women, right? And he said black women are children. I said, yo, why would you say something like that? Like, that's like, I'm all for checking a female if they need to be checked, but you don't just openly just say that. And he said it when the room was like dead quiet. He just said it just to say it. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I said, if you're going to talk, or if you're going to come at a woman like that, then me being a man of the Lord, I can look at you and say, you're weak because you don't put in the work. You don't lace your boots up. You see how you got your boots on? See how you got your all black? You wearing your shell, you learning? That's what black men are supposed to do. Not sit back, get high, chase tail, and be all talk. I said, what are you doing to change, the conditions of these women then, since they're like kids, right? So you're playing all these semantics and all that. And lo and behold, we go into another room. They said, no, we're going to take this conversation to another room. Boom. So we take it in another room. He just started showing all this hate towards black women. You understand what I'm saying? So right here, you reading about women that of today. Read it again.
This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Listen, brothers, you coming into the school, a lot of brothers can contest to this. They might get one rib, and then another one trying to come in. It's like everybody trying. It's like when they see how you move and how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? It's something in their spirit to be like, I need that type of man right there. You know what I mean? It gets to the point where like you become the catch. Seriously. You know what I mean? You in this school, brother or sister, you are the catch because you're not like everybody outside of these doors. You actually going to be loyal, even when they're even behind their back. You are not going to just say the hell with them because you having a bad day. You're going to deal with it. You're going to actually love that person. You dig what I'm saying? Not too many people out here get love. A lot of women don't know what love is. That's why the men in the school we learn how to love. You know what I'm saying? Most of us never knew how to do it. We come in here, we learn how to love. We learn how to be a leader. We learn how to be righteous. So now when that woman get us, she's getting a righteous man. You breaking all types of scriptures down to her why we do this and do that. Man, she is ready to give you a baby by the time you like, why are you talking? She like, yeah, I'm finna have like two more of his kids. I'm finna lay it on him tonight. He talking that talk. You know what I mean? You coming in from camp, you full of testosterone, and you know what I'm saying? You come home. You know what I mean? She was like, I like that. When he come home from camp, I went right then and there. I put the kids to sleep already. You know what I mean? I knew you had to be clean for that day. You know what I mean? But listen, you can get unclean tonight. That's these women nowadays want us. You know what I mean? They want us. And that's why they cleave unto us. You know what I mean? Because they starting to realize, listen, I can't deal with these brothers that's weak anymore. I didn't been treated all types of ways. Hold on, y'all coming totally different. Let me hear what y'all saying. They saying how you move, man. They gonna want to cleave onto you, man. But of course, don't just take any opportunity. You know what I mean? But besides all that, let's keep reading.
Saying, we will eat our own bread.
Read that one more time.
Saying, we will eat our own bread.
We will eat our own bread, right? So all you women out there, you okay? A lot of y'all are money driven, right? Y'all so high up, and your head is so high in the clouds. You're not really seeing what's going on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Your head is in a whole nother atmosphere. You know what I mean? Your head in the stratosphere, wherever is above Earth, the bottom atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Your head is all the way up there. So now you like, oh, he gotta have this, he gotta have that. The woman that you understand is gonna come correct, they're gonna say, listen, I got my food. I can make sure I can eat. You know what I mean? Read the next part. It explain just a little bit more better.
And wear our own apparel.
Wear our own apparel. So in essence, this is saying I got my own money, I got my own clothes, I got my own cars. You understand? Just keep going.
Only let us be called by thy name.
Let us be called by your name. You understand? It's going to get to those times, and them times is now. A lot of you brothers and sisters, you're gonna start realizing the product of what we have become by your children. Your fruit of your body, you understand, is going to show you how disgusting they really are, how disgusting you really are, because they're going to be disgusting. Oh, you think crime rate is at an all-time high now? Wait until the next generations come up, because we don't want to follow what the Lord said to do, right? That's why these women are coming into the school. You know what I mean? Getting their life right. You know what I mean? They doing it the right way. Look, I'm gonna get myself right, and I know why I'm getting myself right. I'm gonna get me a righteous man. And guess what? They have long relationships in here, right? A sister in the world, she just might be just observing. She don't know nothing about Israelite, but she sees something different in you. You want to be that different. You know what I mean? Like you don't even gotta really say I'm different. You know how females always trying to y'all all say y'all different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You walk by example. You dig what I'm saying? Go to Exodus chapter 21 and 10. Right? There's nothing wrong with a man having another wife. Of course, you don't have to like it. You understand? You can talk to the brother. He might be the brother that like, man, I only want you. But if he choose to get another wife and y'all agree to that, you can't call him a liar. You can't say none of that. That's why the Lord say, let your yeas be yeas and nays be nays. You know what I mean? Don't swear. Don't try. I heard some chicks, they trying to make niggas sign contracts. These fake Israelite women, boy, I'm trying to tell you, they are evil as hell. Because they would try to make you sign a contract so you won't get another wife because if you breach the contract, it's like, oh, you sinned against me because we had this agreement. You know what I'm saying? What is all nonsense? You know what I mean? If that man chooses to get another wife, well, you want to make sure you get the right man, right? Don't get a man that's gonna be thinking with his rod and you know had you all in crazy situations. Shorty coming to the house with guns and her brother and all that, trying to fight him because she can't deal with the fact that you ain't there right now. You back at home in your other ribs crib. You know what I mean? Your other house. So of course you want to deal with coming to the school, right? You brothers out there, make sure you get in class, make sure you get the right training, get counseling before you try to do that. That's always been our disclaimer here. I don't even tell a young man to go get another one. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got a lot to learn. Trooper, be in here for some time. You know what I mean? Get responsibility over, having to handle situations with brothers and sisters in the school. But that's your responsibility. Get some more responsibility. I think it will help you better in your matters with trying to get another wife because you gotta have patience for your brothers. You gotta have patience for sisters. You know what I mean? Being a leader. Get some more leadership skills up in you. All right. So read what you got.
This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
If he take home another wife,
Mm-hmm.
her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall be not diminished.
Read that one more time.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take home another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
There's nowhere in the Bible where it's a sin to have a man to have another wife. It's not a sin, right? The Christian church, fake Israelites that you take on this Bible and you curse God. You understand? You curse God by you saying that God is against us having multiple wives, right? Here's the thing, right here it said, read it one more time.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Listen, so right here it's saying you get another wife, you gotta have your duties is to all of them equally. Like you can't just because you're one red, acting crazy, she getting on your nerves. That don't mean that. Read it one more time.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
So right there, man, you can't take away your duties from that other wife. You know what I mean? You know how it is. A brother might get another wife. He might get another wife, and that's the new flame. Y'all got a whole new energy, right? And your old one, you might some brothers might become a little weak. You understand? And be so far up the new red behind, he started falling short on his duties with his other wife. The Lord is making it so that it's a balance. that's your responsibility too over there. You got to make sure that you take care of her,
Right.
but make sure that you take care of your kids. Make sure you take care of your responsibilities. You know what I mean? It's a scripture, right? In 1 Corinthians 7:2, right? Where it says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. A lot of Christians will try to go to that, right? Let every man have his own wife, right? Here's the thing: it's saying this is brotherhood, right? Let's say we in Israel, right? Boom, we in Israel. We living on the land, right? Let's say we neighbors. We would know that's your wife is yours. That's your possession. And my wife is my possession. We don't even think about trying to deal with each other's wives.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we brothers. More so, we're Israelites, and we don't behave like that. Let every man have his own wife. That's his wife. Let him have it. Don't worry about because she's looking at you and she trying. We saw what Joseph had to go through with the Hamite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hamite trying to throw him the drawers, and he ain't even take it, and she lied on him. That's how disgusting she was. You know what I mean? Lied and said that he tried to, you know what I mean, lay down with her, and he flee. Now he flee because you was trying to get on to him, trying to attack him like a damn lion. You know what I mean? You probably stink. That's a joke. Probably true, more than likely, but y'all get the point. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of Christians is gonna bring up, even with the bishop, right? Um, uh, get First Timothy 3:2. You might want to do it on your phone. It's probably a lot more easier for you. Yeah, First Timothy 3:2. I'm gonna show y'all how the Christian church try to utilize the white man gave us this doctrine so it can be utilized to take away the power from the black man. And when I show you this, you can be like, dang, that makes sense, right? All right, so quick to understand the backdrop of what I'm bringing down. Hey, shalom, okay? I know so. All right, 1 second. Make sure, just grab the scripture you can read it.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality.
All right, read it one more time from the top.
First Timothy 3:2.
And 2.
A bishop then must be blameless.
Okay. A bishop. A bishop is a leader of the congregation. Christ was the leader of the congregation. You got Peter, Paul. You understand? A bishop is simply a leader of the congregation, right? But the white man doctrine, Christianity, what you were hearing, like you talk to these fake Israelite women, these fake Israelite men is going to fight you against this because they're homosexuals. That's all I sum it up to. I'm a man. The guy said I can have more than one wife, and I read it and it's clear, I'm going to have more than one wife if I choose to.
Right.
But a lot of these cats are just soft homosexuals. They don't know how to even fathom to have one woman. You're not yet to let 2 or 3 or 4, right? So right here, we reading about a bishop, right? And mind you, this is the duty of a bishop. But they try to make this as everybody. Go ahead.
The husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior.
So if you look at right here, right? Read from verse 1.
First Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. Verse 2. A bishop then must be blameless.
Right.
The husband of one wife.
Now, the Lord referred to us as his wife, right? The one wife is meaning the nation of Israel. That's all it means. Because it says, read that one more time, verse 2. It says, you must be blameless.
The husband of one wife.
One wife. It said, must be blameless. The husband of one wife. So was Jesus, did Jesus have a wife? Go ahead. You got it.
I would say, yeah.
Who was his wife?
The truth.
You know what I mean? It was the truth.
Right.
That was his wife. That's our wife. Here, our first wife is the truth. You understand? And that's what it means, your duties. That's what you're reading about right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So would Paul be considered a bishop? He ain't have a physical wife.
Right.
He said, if it was up to me, none of y'all would have wives, so that we can all do the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't forbid it. You understand? So right here, you reading about, you understand, if you want to be a bishop, you got to be a husband of one wife, meaning the truth. Keep going.
Vigilant, sober,
Yep.
of good behavior.
Good behavior. Keep going.
Given to hospitality, and to teach.
Keep going.
Verse 3. Not given to wine.
Now, when they read that part, they're like, see, you ain't supposed to be drinking that wine. You ain't supposed to be drinking that liquor. Listen, let me tell you something, Christians, right? I know that you've been lied to. It says being given to, meaning that the wine, when you drink the wine got you. You know how everybody say, man, that Telesport is like grape Henny, right? That's because it's strong. It's very potent. It's high volume of alcohol, and I think it's like 18% of alcohol, right? But you hear what everybody say, man, that stuff will have you fighting in the club, right? Don't be giving into Telesport. You know what I'm saying? You letting a substance that's supposed to be drunken in moderation to control you? God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that.
Right.
Keep going.
No striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous.
Not covetous. You know what I mean? That one word, that word covetous, you're gonna find that a lot in the scriptures. And Christians are very covetous. You know what I mean? They would hate on you. You know what I mean? They'll see you with a new car they'll want it. They'll see you ladies, they'll see them females in the church be wanting another woman's man. You know what I mean? Why? They got a man at home. The men in the church will want other men's wives. Hey, Sister Patricia, you looking nice today. I see you. You know what I mean? All on her Facebook, sending her likes and all that. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised what happened in that Christian church DMs, man. That's why here in IGBK, brothers get caught being in the sisters' inbox. Them sisters gonna snitch on you. They gonna snitch. They be loyal. You know, I ain't gonna say too loyal. They be loyal. You know what I mean? They be loyal to the cause. They be like, yo, I remember one sister I seen on her bio. It was like, if you write me, I will report it to my camp leader. I said, good night. You gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because following order. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gotta do it in here, right? But in here, you know, we do everything in order so covetous won't destroy this body. The Christian church, you will see men inboxing the brand. You will see men in front of the new sister face Hey, what's going on, sis? You need a ride? You know what I mean? You know, she got all them damn kids. You gonna offer her a ride. Now you sitting there you checking her out. You already seen her in that tight behind dress and all that. You like, uh-huh. Look, you ever need anything? What's your number? I call you, you know, boom, boom, boom. I talk over the scriptures with you, you know. Lo and behold, he gonna be in there drinking all the Kool-Aid, you know what I mean, when the kids asleep. And now he done you know, he's in that new sister draws instead of just letting her come in there and change her life. You know what I mean? We can't have that type of spirit in here in IHBK. We won't allow it. We'll purge it out by any means necessary. You can keep going.
Verse 4, one that ruleth his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Listen, as a man, you can't be a leader and your kids is running around acting stupid. You know what I mean? Your kids don't have discipline. Like my kids, I realized my kids was different when they was able to sit in this class and sit down in that chair and act like they got some sense. They 2 and 3 years old doing that. They was doing that at 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? They would sit there and chill. They be like this the whole time. You can tell their little baby brains be trying to go everywhere else. They know daddy said, sit down, shut my mouth, and watch class. They do that. You know what I mean? Because structure. You can't be a leader if your house is not in order. Your wife, you know what I mean? She out of order. She ain't gonna be able to be around the congregation. Like, yo, you shalom. You know what I mean? This ain't for you. You know what I mean? She ain't gonna be able to come around the congregation because she's embarrassing. Right. You sisters that's out there, you better represent yourself, you understand, and your husband correctly. You know what I'm saying? It look bad on you. You look like a fool if you is acting a fool, talking all and this like social media. Let me tell y'all sisters something, brothers too. Chill out with all the subliminal talk. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why nobody likes the comment or your post or comments on it. Oh, I'm tired of everybody making me putting me last. I'm tired. I don't feel appreciated. Oh man, I'm so down and out. You brothers, you better not do that. That's gay. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk. You go on my social media, you see me teaching or trying to make a laugh out of something. You know what I'm saying? Something. I'm not giving you what's going on in my life. I might give you like some good stuff, like, yeah, man, just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance while switching to Geico. That's how you gonna get out of me. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope because like that's how you want to move. You sisters, man, don't be venting on social media. You are embarrassing yourself, and you're embarrassing your husband, and more importantly, you're embarrassing in school. If you are in the school, keep all your personal business to yourself. You know what I mean? It's not social media is not the place. All right. I think I had something. You keep going.
Come on. Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Yeah, so like you got multiple wives, right? Some cats they might want multiple wives, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't even handle one. How you gonna handle two? You know what I'm saying? You got multiple wives, you can't handle no women, man. How you gonna handle the church of God? You're going to have to deal with many different personalities. You're going to have to deal with many different situations. You know what I mean? It's going to be some people that's going to come into the school and you're going to be like, Yahweh, I see what you're doing to me. You are this ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, yo, you put me up to the test. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have some cats that straight from off the block. Like when I say my homie, man, I love him to death, man. he like talking to him is like hard because he like you don't know when he joking. You know what I'm saying? And like he like, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm really scared. He like because God really real. Like, it's crazy because it's like pulling teeth trying to get him in class. But like so this is, they asking you questions and it's like because they so much in the mix, it's like sometimes it's like it's like pulling teeth sometimes to get them to understand sometimes. But that's how it is. You got to prepare for stuff like that. So when everybody try to want to be a teacher, people want to, Kwame Yasha and want to start their own group. It's a lot of things that come with it. Um, One thing for sure, counseling, right? A lot of these schools came from us, and they can take the 12 tribe chart with them. They can take the officer test and all the breakdowns that they got is watered down. It's not the official tissue, right? But they would have everything of us. But one thing they don't got is unity, loyalty, brotherhood, and damn sure don't know how to give counseling. They had it on. They had a public council on Clubhouse, and we was like, "What?" Yo, like the whole school was like, "Yo, what the hell is this?" We was laughing. We was like, "Yo, this is not how you hold a council." So Captain Cesario, he got on the stage. He didn't heard enough because it was to the point where the one that was conducting the council of these Israelite groups, they was actually giving the predator more voice on the matter. Captain Cesario came in there, dropped him down to the audience, like, man, the hell with him. You know what I'm saying? Clearly this man is a deviant. He like, this is my judgment on the whole matter. When he said that, I said, no, that's one West. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shut up. Nobody ain't say nothing. It was crickets. He gave the conclusion. All the women all had the same story. This guy was a disgusting predator. You know what I mean? And he got booted off the face of the earth on social media. And everybody was like, dang, cat, like, all right, I see how you come in because you gotta know how to deal with these type of matters. That's why it's so important to be a leader. That's why, like in here, we're very, very, very disciplined, right? That's why we there to catch one another if we slipping. You know what I mean? Like Officer Danielle, he might see I might be slipping on something. Hey, boom, boom, calm, calm. Because now I'm gonna fix it because I'm a man of the Lord. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I don't do that no more. And now I can give it to the next brother. I can get that information to the next brother, right? Get that information to the next brother. Hey, brother, don't do that because A, Y, and Z. He's like, oh man, you see how the chain reaction, you know what I mean, the cause and effect, you know what I mean, the whole situation. That's how we do it in here. You know what I'm saying? You ready for the class? Sir?
Oh, you doing the point?
Yeah, I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, he ain't gonna be that gracious to me. All right. Look, thank y'all for having me. All right, we pass the class over to Priest and Officer Daniel.
Take some ginger ale. This real. Okay. You said, is any questions online?
I said,
All right.
we got people watching.
Most High in Christ.
So we went into Exodus, Isaiah 4:1, and then we went to Timothy 2:1.
Yeah, First Timothy 3:2.
Yeah, 3:2. We went into how Christian church try to say one wife is from the bishop, but
Mm-hmm. You said y'all went into Exodus what?
21 and 10. If a man get another wife.
Okay. Yep, that's a good one. And that was the topic you was going in? Was there any questions, or that was just something you was just going into?
No, that was his question. We like briefly spoke.
Okay. Oh, that was your question about the multiple wives?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your question, or you just want to break down on it or
The
something?
question was, what scriptures can prove that the Most High don't condemn multiple wives?
Mm. Okay. Most High in Christ. What Jones in the New Testament y'all went into? I'm about to get one in and
What? Okay, this is the one I couldn't find. I think Satan was trying to not let me find it. When Christ said that the kingdom of heaven is like 7 women unto one man.
unto one man. Did you do Isaiah 4:1?
That was 4 women.
I know, but did you go into that one?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna find that one. Give me the one where Christ said, unless he leave her for fornication.
Let's see. Communication. Come on.
And divorce, because let's start at the part where he said about Moses and the bill of divorce. That one.
Hold on 1 second. You said at least he.
The scripture that it's the same one where Moses, where he say the bill of divorce, it was not so.
That boy Kanye West,
What do you do?
he took a big L. See what happened? Kanye West divorce went through.
Oh yeah. 200,000.
Yeah, $200.
I guess he gonna blame it on the Jewish man trying to.
I'm blaming on the judge, man. If I was.
I mean, yeah, but also if he was in the hood, it wouldn't have been no different.
Because I don't blame everything on the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm joking, but I got the.
All right, let's get that. Let's read that.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of.
Let's read one verse up.
Verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. Verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Verse 8.
Ah, shit, yo, it's a lock here. My phone is. All right, read that verse. Read that verse again.
Come. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and put her away? Verse 8.
Why did Moses come? Now they asking him, why did Moses command them, if you done with her, give her a right of divorce and put her away? Read on.
Come. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives.
Moses, because the hardness of your heart suffered you to put away. Read that again.
Suffer to put away your wives.
Moses suffered you to put away your wives. Right?
Right.
Because of the hardness of your heart. Read.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
From the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be like that. You wasn't supposed to put away your wives. Now, why is Christ saying it in this time? Let's read on. I'm gonna come to you. Let's read on.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
If you put away your wife, except it be for fornication, and marry another, it's adultery. So what Christ is saying, if you gonna put away your wife, and she didn't commit fornication on you, you commit adultery. You can't put away your wife, right? Read on.
And whoso marrieth her which is put away, do commit adultery.
Now, why is Christ bringing? Of course, he's quoting the scripture from the Old Testament, which we're gonna go to, right? But of the hardness of your heart. Why was Christ telling in this time? And you would have to know a little history. Why was Christ telling them Moses did that because of the hardness of your heart, and you can't put away your wife unless it be for divorce. I mean, unless it be for fornication. Why was he telling them that this time? Why was he telling them don't put away your wife and then go marry another? If you put away your wife and go marry another and she ain't commit fornication, you committing adultery. You can't put away your wife and go marry another. Why was Christ saying that? And we got any shades? No shades, because it's like, I think it's this one. It's to where I dealt with it. It's killing my goddamn, give me a headache, make my eyes hurt.
I mean, we can, if we want to, I can turn them on.
Just this one, Bubba Kashaw.
If I could, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying like the history of what's going on in the Old Testament?
Or why was Christ saying that at that time?
Oh, because brothers was probably just doing it, like putting away their wives willy-nilly. Like, like getting a bill of divorcement, just saying, oh, I don't want to deal with her no more. Like making excuses. That
and why was they doing that? Why was they putting away their ribs for any old reason? She was getting on their nerves, he was just throwing them away.
Yeah, because they wanted, they was in lust. They was lusting at, like, they was living in lust. It's like, all right,
On topic. So just let's about what was the question, right? Multiple wives, right? Why would Christ at that time have to say, Moses allowed y'all to get divorced because the hardness of your heart? But you can't put away your wife because she committed. I mean, you can't put away your wife unless she committed a fornication. If you do, that's adultery. You can't put away your wife and go marry another, and she didn't fornicate against you. Why was he saying that?
Was it because of the influence of the Romans?
Meaning what?
I know the Romans was monogamous.
That's exactly why.
That's why I asked you. I was like, okay, because honestly, I never heard it break down to me like this.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't make sense that he would have to speak in that type of tone with brothers.
Mm-hmm. Because when you go into history, the one wife came from the Romans, and that's what they was teaching back then. So when brothers seen another woman that they liked, they put away the wife that they had and got her, and the reasoning was for, I hate her. I hate her. I don't want to deal with her. So he put her away and go deal with this one. Right? Now let me get a precept. So hold on.
If I could,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember like General Hyman breaking it down to us, and he was like, yeah, Moses had to stop y'all from getting ready to kill one another because we coming out of Egypt, we all destroyed and all types of mental issues and all that. So like, we were really trying to kill one another. So
and every excuse we had, we was putting them away so we can go get a new one. Oh, I hate her. That's why I'm putting her away, and I'm going to go get another one. Do me a favor. Give me now. This is the precept of this. Give me Deuteronomy 21:15. He go another one. So Christ had to tell these people, yo, you can't put away your wife if she ain't commit fornication and go marry another one. You putting her away so you can get another wife. You committing adultery. Now let's go Deuteronomy 21:15. Did y'all read that yet? Yeah, let's read that.
Come on. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15. If a man had 2 wives.
If a man had what?
2 wives.
If a man got 2 wives, how the Lord could be against multiple wives when the Bible say if a man has 2 wives? Why would God say that if you only can have 1 wife? Read.
One beloved.
If he got 2 wives, he loved one. Read.
And another hated.
And he hate the other one. Read.
And they have borne him children.
And they gave him children. They both gave him children. Read.
Both the beloved and the hated.
Both the beloved wife and the hated wife. Read.
And if the firstborn son be hers that was hated.
If the one that he hate gave him his first son. Read.
Verse 16. Then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
Now, when he go to pass out the inheritance, because the son that deserves the inheritance comes from the wife that he hate, you can't give it to the second son because you love the wife. Why? Because when he gives the inheritance to this son, then of course the mother is going to get some too. That's his goddamn mom. So because he don't want her to benefit off of it, what he do? He give it to the one that he loved. You can't do that. You can't give the inheritance to her because you love her when the inheritance belongs to him. Just because you hate the goddamn wife. So you know what they was doing? Just getting rid of the one that they hated. Just keeping the one that they loved. And Moses was allowing it. So it was a law that, look, if you hate one, why? Because they was doing it. They was hating. They had 2 wives, and they hated the first one, and they hated the wife that gave them their first son. And they loved the other one who gave them the second son. By law, the inheritance go to the first one. Even if you hate the mom, give that boy what is due. Because everybody was giving it to the second son. Now, that's if you got 2 wives. The Lord ain't say nothing like, no, if you married and then you sleep with another woman, that's what they call it in the Christian church, adultery or fornication or something. Adultery. That's committing adultery. You can't. The Lord is against, you having another wife. But why is there a law telling me how to handle my inheritance if I got 2 wives? I mean, husband and wives be together and they hate each other. So he with this woman and he hate her guts. She hate his guts. And because of the hardness of their heart, they hate each other, but she ain't committing adultery. So he just find any way to get rid of her. Christ, as under the Romans allowed it to happen because of a mythological story. When the Sabians came and kidnapped one of the Roman women, raped her when the Romans found her and came to kill them. They was like, listen, to not get slaughtered, they said, look, we make a deal with you. We're going to marry your daughter. We're going to allow one of our sons to marry your daughter. And she's going to inherit everything that he has. If he ever leave her, she get half of everything. She's going, when they're together, she owns what he owns. He's rich. She get all the land he get, which means her family get access to it too. And if they ever leave each other, we're going to put it in place where as though she takes half. And that's how the one wife came into picture when the Romans took over, which was a tradition that they continue to keep on having. So now we fast forward here in America. I mean, even Muslims believe you can have more than one wife, and they still don't do it. They still do not do it. They don't do it, and they still allow the woman to get input in the women that you pick, which I never understood that, because it's like she's going to make sure the woman that she picked for you ain't going to be better than her, or she's going to pick a woman that y'all both like, that y'all both just going to end up sleeping with. Tell her mind her goddamn business, whoever you pick. Don't worry about if she look better than you. That's all they care about. Listen, if your rib go through your phone to see you got another woman and she thinks the other woman ugly, your rib would not care. if she's ugly, she would be mad at you, like, damn, how you gonna mess with a chick like this? And she broke, and look at her, she look raggedy. Oh, she ain't got nothing on me, now she confident. But let her go in your phone and see that chick that's about 10 years younger than her, graduate, anything, who, in the prime. Oh, she hitting you over the head with that phone while you sleep. Why? Because you got another wife? Yeah, and she is bad. What the hell? What, nigga? What the line good enough? That's when all that. And because of that, the Lord said, yo, y'all gonna grow hatred for each other. Stop giving the inheritance to the one you love when it goes to the one you hate. You can't do that. So to avoid that, I'm gonna just get rid of the one I hate. Christ had to come and say, you can't do that, man. Moses allowed you to do it so you won't kill the one you hate to get rid of her. Because if death only allow, if divorce, if one of the reasons you can get divorced is one of y'all die, y'all gonna be killing each other. And she died because of this, and then now you scot-free. The whole time you done killed her, buried her somewhere. No, don't do that. Keep her. And because of that, like, it's to avoid y'all doing that, Moses set up the bill of divorce. Yo, just divorce each other. They keep killing each other. I know he killing his wife to get rid of her, to get another one. And then it just got worse when we, was in captivity under the Roman Empire. Now the Romans put in place where you ain't got to kill them, just leave them. When you done with her and want another one, just leave her. Go ahead, Nakar, you had your hand up?
Last.
Okay. All right, go ahead, brother.
Which is indeed the firstborn. Verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn.
He shall acknowledge the son of the hated. You know why he ain't acknowledging him? Because he hate that woman. And because she his wife, rightfully so, his inheritance have to get split up if he passed. He just wanted to go to this one. Nah, acknowledge that boy. Don't do that. Read.
By giving him a double portion of all that he had. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. Verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son.
All right, that's going into something else. So that's another scripture to show. You know, the Lord is telling you how to handle multiple wives if you are, you know, if you want to split up your inheritance. It ain't saying if a man have a wife that he loved and then he's divorced, but the divorced wife gave him his first son. You can't give your inheritance to the one you married to now who gave you your second son. You got to give your inheritance to the one who you divorced from who gave you your first. No, that's not what the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying you got two wives and you hate the one. You want to make sure at this time they understood that they couldn't get divorced. So you want to make sure you give that son what he's owed. Let's go back to the scripture in the book of Matthew.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. Verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
But why Moses command us to we have to write a letter saying we don't want this woman no more, and it was allowed. Read.
And to put her away. Verse 8. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives.
Moses did that because if he wouldn't have, it would have just ended bad. The hardness of your heart made Moses say, you know what? Let them just put each other away. Read.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
But the Lord didn't, that wasn't so in the beginning. Why wasn't so in the beginning? Because when Moses came and laid the law down, when he took the law and made it, he stamped it, and you know this was the whatever laws that we kept before Moses. Moses came and the Lord ordained Moses when he came out that mountain to, okay, now we are a society now. So here's the laws. And now every law that we keep, the Lord requires me to write it down to make sure that we keep it with a few more laws to let y'all know that this is official. In the beginning, they couldn't divorce. They knew it wasn't divorce. So what Moses do? Moses made a little compromise. Moses was like, you know what, man, the law say you can't divorce. You know, and because you can't divorce, they just gonna keep killing each other. So to avoid them killing each other, let's just divorce them. It wasn't supposed to be like that. And it wasn't like that in the beginning. But Moses had compassion because of the hardness of your heart. Read.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her is put away, doth commit adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Verse 11. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given.
Every man can't receive this. the only people that receive it is the ones who it was given. Read.
Verse 12. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men.
Now that's going into something else. A eunuch is a person that, you know, don't have sex or whatnot, who don't have the, you know, they get their private areas or whatnot. Whatever it is, I'm gonna have to look it up. I ain't even about to.
Yeah, eunuch is it can be used in two ways. It's like one way.
Christ was a eunuch where you just don't have sex. It's like being celibate.
Yeah, then the other one was like some nations they cut a man private parts
Right off. And
so that you know you don't have sex with their wives.
Damn. Damn. But was that it? You had any more questions?
I got a question right. So looking at my Bible. Because you know sometimes Bibles will be having like little scriptures like
next to the precept. Yeah.
Is they correct or not? Can you use those scriptures?
Some of them, yes. You would have to look at them to make sure. Sometimes, it'll be spot on. Sometimes they just don't know what the hell he talking about. You'll read it like, what the hell? This is not no precept. But yeah, you can look at it and see, and if you ain't sure, you know, of course, just come in and ask. But yeah, because I know my first Bible, when I started out, had the little scriptures in the middle with each verse to line up with other scripture talk about that, and that's how I would find precepts. It's like a little reference. So sometimes, yes, it is. They definitely give you some. I mean, some scriptures where it's like, oh snap, or they help you find scriptures that you read and just don't know where it's at. So yeah, it's definitely good. So when you read the scripture, you can take that little reference in the middle and go to the scripture that it's referring to. Because like a lot of scriptures in the New Testament, it had that Christ quote. When you look at the little reference, it'll have the scripture that Christ is quoting, which would be good. I mean, for teaching purposes.
If I could,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So like, you know, like with the whole multiple wives thing. I mean, like me, it's still like I'm still learning, trying to understand it a little bit more better on a more personal level. Because it's like, all right, cool, you know, it's not wrong, it's not hard getting women. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing of like trying to balance the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you break the ice. I think you talked about this before. You know what I mean? Like breaking the ice and stuff like that. Like, because, like, and here, like, we always try to make our next move our best move. You know, we don't got that is right?
Sound great.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we try to make sure that we ain't making them, you know what I mean, a stupid move. So it's like, let's say a brother, you know, he rap on a new shorty and all that, and he liking it, boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, of course, who wanna, like trying to like hide your hand and stuff like that. So like, how should a brother go about it?
Telling a new shorty that you already got a wife?
New shorty ain't no problem.
Oh, how do you go about telling the first one?
How would go about that? Yeah, because like I be finding myself sometimes like, all right, you know, I be like in my head. So I be in my head, you know what I mean? I be like, dang, well, look, let me see, like how I go about it. You know what I'm saying?
How you go about telling the one you with now that you're talking to somebody else new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothetically, you know.
Hypothetically speaking, right? Just in general question.
Right.
All right. For one, I'm gonna tell you where a lot of brothers make a mistake. A lot of brothers make a mistake with they talk to a girl, not even knowing if it's going to go anywhere, and then they go and tell their rib. You were talking to this girl 3 weeks, 4 months, and then now you go to your rib like, hey, yeah, I possibly have a new wife coming to. That's cool and all. And then now she gonna see you on your phone a little more. She gonna watch you. And then a month later, you're gonna be not on your phone as much. You're gonna be home more. And she gonna be like, this nigga's a lame. That's all he talking to whores. He probably just popped her and gave away with her. So the one mistake what brothers do is just tell them, not even knowing how serious it's gonna be.
Yeah, facts. I definitely dig that because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like, I wouldn't do that me personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look like I try to do everything.
If you courting her,
that's another thing.
Yeah, not to cut you off. So like, let's say if you talking to a chick and you know, okay, it's time to court her. So if she make it to these 6 months or whatever, I'm definitely ribbing her. So you know that stage, you're going to have to spend some time to talk to this chick to see what's going to be one. That's around the time where, of course, you tell your rib. And don't just, you know, y'all chilling at dinner. You like, oh yeah, I'm not coming home tomorrow because I'm talking to some girl who, you know, might be my other wife. So if you don't see me come home tomorrow, that's why. Can I get a kiss? She'll be like,
don't wait up.
Hell no, you ain't getting no kiss, and you ain't eating no more. It's like, no, but yeah, so it's really about the timing and knowing if you're going to court the sister. If you talking to the sister and just not even knowing if you're going to even court her to make it to that point, then you just talking, you just scalping it out. But if you know that, yo, this is a possibility she's gonna be my rib, then yeah, it's best to go, you know, let your rib know. Easier, let her know. Like ease her on to it. Like some women know be like, yo, he just being this nice because he probably talking to somebody else. But you so smooth with it that she can't resist it. I mean, she noticed the dates start coming in a little more, little flowers or whatnot. You start being a little bit more nice. She noticing that, and she like, stuff is going too good. What you hiding, nigga? I know, babe. It's just, you know. So yeah, it's because at the end of the day, right? It's, you know, sisters here and. You know, some sisters deal with, damn, I got to share my man or whatnot. Some sisters just completely don't like it, but they're willing to deal with it for the Lord. And they go through their little phase where they pissed off, they mad, they emotional. That's normal, man. They gonna have to do it. Don't be, but the Lord said I can have another wife, so you gonna deal with it. Shut up. I ain't coming home. And she's sitting there just crying and so heartbroken, and you just not giving a damn. Don't do that. Like it's definitely a way you can go about it, and understanding that she, like, just like us, we come into this truth, right? Drug addicts, killers, robbers, thieves, you know, everything under the sun, eating certain foods, and then we come into this truth, and it's so hard to kick some drug addictions or whatever. And we know the fight that we got to go through with making a change. Like, damn, how am I going to tell my family this year I'm not coming to Thanksgiving? I'm not giving out no Christmas presents. I'm not taking my kids out to Halloween. And it's so hard dealing with that. We have to understand that, yo, this sister grew up with being taught her whole life not to share your man. And she's finally giving it a shot. Don't tell her, you know, shut the F up. You got to deal with it because God did it. Because when you say in this class, we ain't do that to you, then we can't eat shrimp no more. No, nigga, shut up, nigga. Yeah, you can't eat shrimp. Deal with it because that's what God said. We don't do that to you in here when y'all calling to get counsels about certain drug addictions. Is Yo, God said don't smoke weed, nigga. Stop calling me. Just don't smoke weed. We don't do that to y'all. We know you went your whole life smoking weed. And it's very hard to adapt to not smoking weed. It's very hard to deal with your life issues that you're going through sober. We understand that. You do not want to deal with what you're going through sober. But we're not saying, what you mean why you can't smoke weed? Nigga, God said you can't smoke weed. So don't smoke weed. That's it. You're going to have to deal with it or just leave. Don't come back. So your rib, was always, she go from beating her man up and stabbing him and keying his car because she believed him having another woman was wrong. Now she's not doing that, and she's so pissed that she can't do that. She just cry and she's angry and she's sad. You just got to deal with it because that's what God said. It's my God-given right, bitch. And that's what the Lord says, so that's what don't do that, man. Because ain't nobody do that to you when people was counseling you because, all them long nights of you, sad and crying. Because the pain that you're feeling would just get eased with a Percocet, but you can't take a Percocet because you're fighting for the Lord, so then you don't know what to do, so then you're crying. Come on, man. Just the same way you was taught, tell your rib, let her know. Hey, look, man, kick that game to her. You know what she like. You know what your rib like or whatnot. You know what to give her. You know everything she like. Just do it. And continue to just do what you always been doing. Don't start not doing certain stuff because you got another woman. That's where a lot of people go wrong. Don't do that. Like, just continue to do what you always been doing. Just step it up a little bit. I know she's about to go through hell dealing with this. And she ain't going to leave. Most High in Christ. So she has to get some type of reward for that, sticking around, going through this. We've been together 4 or 5 years, and I've been home every night. Now I'm not. I know that's going to be kind of rough. She's going to hear all type of ghosts and everything. Everything under the sun going to bother her now. I totally understand it. So make it a little easier for him. And eventually, you're going to be like, Lord Will, General Biden and his ribs, or Malakwa, if I'm using his ribs. There's so many brothers in their ribs. Where it's like you see it and be like, damn. It's that way because they know exactly what to do. Don't beat your rib over the head because she crying and why would she leave? In her mind, she's looking at it like this sexy ass nigga is going out to give that to another woman? Hell no, I'm not cool with it. Why would you want to be like deal with it? Oh, they all right, cool. And then there was, she's going to feel some type of way because you giving all that to someone else. She don't want to share that. Hell no. Nakar, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I remember at the brunch, it was crazy, like seeing both of the generals' ribs. Like, this was like goals for me. Because, like, they was both sitting there singing Brandy and Monica songs.
That was legendary.
I was like,
and I loved it.
I was like, yo, when I grow up, I want to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like Mike. I want to be like the generals. You know what I'm saying? One was to the death. You know what I'm saying? And both of his ribs was singing. I want that in my life. You know what I'm saying? So
General's a lover.
Listen, I'm thinking in everything that you're saying because I feel what you're saying. Because like in the world, you know, you want whatever type of time you want in the world, right? And of course, these sisters is all new to them, so you don't want to get asshole about it. Like this, oh man, like you said, just take it. So I mean, I definitely appreciate what you're saying because, you know, like dealing with women, you know, with them coming out of the world and they coming in the truth under your, you know, under your tutelage and under your watch. Now it's like you don't want to like break them to pieces.
And one thing that I learned, right? You to deal with more than one woman, you got to be a lover. You got to be a lover. If you're not a lover, it's not going to work. You can't treat her good and love her. You got to get back to that one too.
Yep.
They talking about, oh, it got to be 50-50. You got to treat us equally. Yeah, I'm going to love you just like I love her. If you ain't a lover, it's not going to work. If you just, let me just go do this, deal with this, she going to be crying and mad. And then you over there with the other one, like, yes, babe, let's go have a picnic. And you loving and kissing. And then you go to the other one, it's like, nah, it ain't gonna work. You to have more than one woman, you have to be a lover. And women want you to be a lover too. Eventually, it's not going to matter whatever you're doing over there with her. Because everything is good over here. Once you settle that, if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and it's still an issue, then now, and you checking off all the boxes, like you ain't, your duty ain't diminishing because you got another wife and your due diligence, everything. If you're doing everything you're supposed to do and there's still issues, then now that's when she got to get examined. Like, okay, he doing his part. You got to do your part too. Women have a part they have to do too. If they not, doing that, then that's when it got to get examined. Counsel got to happen, talks got to happen, and whatnot. Like, I'm doing everything I'm doing. I don't understand why I come home and my stuff is still outside on a curve. I don't understand that. I mean, but that's all. It's about the perfect time to tell her. Especially if you know you definitely gonna marry this sister. And then it's how you tell her. That's a big thing. It's how you do it. And how you act after you tell her. Because now they're going to examine to see if you change or not. Now they're going to examine, like, hold up, we say, okay, he usually do this every day. He stopped doing it. Maybe he doing it for her. Like, just don't stop what you're doing. And that'll make it totally easy for her. But she also have to realize herself that she have to fight on her end. You have to fight. Just like you got to fight, not dealing with Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's with your family. You got to fight when your husband get another rib and don't come home. You got to fight. Hold up your end. Is there any questions online? Any more questions in the room? Was that it? Okay. What scripture was you holding? I think it was in Matthew, right?
Matthew, I think we finished that.
Okay. All right. I'm about to Ooh, this is a good one. Let's see. Let me see. Bear with me. And of course, y'all went into Solomon or whatnot, right?
Wow, so we ain't going to Solomon.
I ain't going to Solomon about well, I mean, that's like common knowledge of how many wives Solomon had. Was that like, did that answer your question, or did you have a little bit more on multiple wives? More question.
Answer my question pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much, okay. Okay, most on Christ. Yeah, there was something I wanted to go into for this last half an hour. What happened on the news lately? Something happened on the news.
Kanye West, the guy, the men's that beat up that girl, Shaquille. Yeah, they sent them back over to Mexico. They might do prison time in Mexico, or they might deport them back over to America. But they did the crime. it depends on how they want to play it, but the friends is all, they all being indicted for murder.
Yeah, which we kind of seen coming.
You got that. You got Kanye West, whole, divorcement settlement. They got 50-50, but he still got paid $200K a month in child support, and also he has what else? He had to do that each month, and he got to pay more on top of that because he got to pay for a security, school, other expenses.
I mean, you got it.
I mean,
Welcome to our world, Kanye. I mean, you got it. Ball out, nigga. 200K ain't nothing. You a billionaire. Ball out, my nigga. That ain't nothing. 200K. How much is that a year? For all his kids, 200K for what? He got what? 2 bars, right? Or 3?
4.
He got 200K for 4. That's pretty good. He'll be a billionaire. I mean, hey, what do we got, mean? It ain't like he about to lose any of his houses or cars or anything and can't eat. I always bring up a story. I was told, look, it was this brother who child support was taking so much of his money, he would get a hot dog every day for work, and that'd be his only meal. And he would get a hot dog, and one day somebody asked him, was like, why when you get a hot dog, you get everything on it? Like literally everything, every condiment that's available, you get on it. Onions, sauerkraut, like certain stuff that don't go on a hot dog, you get it. Wow. He was like, man, I need as much stuff to help fill me up because it's going to be my only meal. Because child support is taking all my money. So I have enough to get a hot dog with everything on it every day. And that's all I eat. Because child support taking everything. Like, God damn, that's rough. Like where you only can get a hot dog with everything on it to last you until tomorrow because you got bills and everything, and because of child support, that's rough. 200K to Kanye, that ain't gonna hurt him. Nigga he's still gonna have security. He still live in a mansion. You know, he's still gonna be rich as hell. 200K for 4 kids a month. Welcome to our world, Kanye. Them Jewish people was like, you want to be like them niggas? We about to show you. Where you had your hand up on the car?
Yeah. So, okay. I remember seeing like I was working at Applebee's. This guy that I was working on the line with, old head. He used to always be like trapping. Like selling everything. Right? He sold from like liquor to fire sticks to drugs, and like I was like, dang. And he used to make a killing. But one day, we on the line, he was like, yo, you want to see something? And mind, this dude worked a lot. He showed me his check, knowing how many hours he put in. Yo, he only had like 61 cents. A couple dollars and 61 cents on his check.
Damn.
They took everything. Like they take everything. I was like, oh hey, you might got some back child support or something going on. Hey yo, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, that is rough.
Like that, when I seen that, I was like, yo, I would kill it. I heard the shorty, you know what I mean? She tried to put me on there. Of course I was young minded, you know what I mean? But like I seen that, I was like, dang, like that's how rich it is out here. Dang.
Nah, that's a fact. That is a fact. But let me see. It ain't no questions online, right?
Oh wait. So this is crazy. So I'm looking at what's in the news right now. You got Balenciaga putting out the child pedophilia.
Seen that.
Ukraine is pressing, they still pressing NATO on the membership, but the alliance is giving no guarantees.
Hold on, Salaga. Let me.
Fact check. So basically, they saying that they found a virus, a zombie virus,
I seen that.
that can be a threat to humanity. They found it in a ice block.
I seen that. I seen that. That's. Let me get hold on, let me see. The hell is this? Yep, let me get 3 John 1 and 4.
The book of 3 John, chapter 1 and verse 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth.
Read that one more time.
I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth.
The Lord said he got no greater joy than to hear that his children walk in truth. Right? Like, as we come up on these times, and there's, you know, we sit back and we see stuff unraveling before our eyes. The Lord have no greater joy than to see the people that's actually walking in the truth. Like for an example, like we see in all these people, you know, come out and say that they're a Jew. And as they say that they're a Jew, we see what Esau is doing to them. Esau is chilling right before our eyes to bring fear into other people who dare. Not only you can't say anything bad about them, you can't even say that you are one of them, or that you can't even say that black people are really one of them. They take it offensive. Like they take that super offensive. And right what we seeing before our eyes is people come out and they saying that, you know, oh, God chosen people. But you know who the Lord is really happy with? The people that's actually really walking in his truth. The people that sacrificed him, gave up the wicked stuff of the world, kept his law, statutes, and commandments, you know, going through with the hell that they were going through. You know what it takes to walk in here, you know, in one of the ways you knew how to deal with your pain was drugs. To finally say, yo, I believe what they saying about the Bible, man. I'm gonna go give it a shot. I ain't gonna smoke today. Today is gonna start. That's what the Lord look at. The Lord, he sees that. I ain't gonna eat this drink today. You know what? I ain't gonna eat this pork today. You know what? She's a hoe and she got a man. I ain't gonna call her back because I believe what they were saying. That's what the Lord rejoices in. You don't rejoice in because you say that you're a goddamn Israelite. Everybody know that by now. Like everybody know it. All the celebrities, all the, you know, people that's running all these big time networks, they all understand who the Israelites are. They all know it. Right? But they can't have the niggas in the ghetto understanding who they are, because that's where the real power is. Like a black person with some power, that's what they fear. That's why, you know, You look at them, everything we do, it get taken down, or they trying to find ways to stop what we doing. Why? Because they understand that the Lord is actually, he see what we doing and he's rejoicing. And that's dangerous. Eventually these classes, and that's what we're working towards, for these classes to be filled up every day. Every day these classes is filled up. That's what we're working towards, right? And that's what they fear. They gonna fear that. Read that scripture again.
Come. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth.
Hear that his children walk in truth, man. Something didn't happen and took place, and he heard that his children stood with him, stood with this goddamn truth. The Lord rejoiced in that brother who finally, deal with the backlash he's going to receive from his family when he tell them they ain't getting Christmas presents this year. And then Christmas falls on a day that class happened, and he showed up to class. The Lord rejoiced in that. He showed up to class to get away from that Christmas spirit, that Thanksgiving spirit, Halloween, New Year's, whatever. That's what the Lord rejoiced in. Read on.
Beloved, thou doest faithfully whatsoever thou doest to the brethren and to strangers.
Right. And of course, we know the strangers is, who is the strangers? Do to you as you do unto your brothers and the strangers.
People that don't know that they Israelites, but they are Israelites.
Yep. That's the strangers. A stranger ain't a person that's a non-Israelite. Like I think it was on TikTok. I seen with or I think it might have been Facebook, where somebody put a post up saying, if an Edomite wants to worship Yah,
I seen that.
Yeah, you have to accept that. And they get that because they think strangers are non-Israelites. That's not the goddamn. That's why every time you read a scripture about a stranger, it mentions your brother and a stranger. Like, I consider y'all my brother. Y'all in here, y'all in the truth, y'all learning. The people in the world, I consider strangers. I should, treat them any kind of way because they don't believe in what I believe in. That's what them other Israelite camps do. If you ain't signed this NDA, if you ain't a part of our group, if we walk into a store, man, listen, a brother told me a story one time. The brother ain't in the school no more. His brother told me a story. He was with the IUIC. And I was like, so what made you leave them and come here? He was like, okay, it started when I had a warrant for my arrest. And I had a warrant and I went to a brother because the warrant was for something, his rib or something. His rib did something. It was, so him and his rib got into it. She called the cops. They put a warrant out for his arrest to lock him up. She said he did something or whatever the cops were looking for. He went to them to get help on how he should handle it because he's saying, "Yo, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. She's just upset. And this is what she's doing." So the brother was like, one of them told him, "Damn, I wish you wouldn't have told me you had a warrant. Now I got to call and turn you in." So he's like, "What? What you mean you got to turn me? I'm asking for help. I'm innocent. I'm going to have to turn you in, man. You shouldn't have told me you had a warrant. You know what the scriptures say. I got to turn you in." So the brother was like, "Nah, I ain't going to jail for this. I'm coming to y'all to help me." Like, what you mean? So he said he He gave it like 2-3 days. He stopped coming around, and they start calling him. Hey, look, we found some help for you. Just come down to the school. We got the help you looking for. Just come down. Nate said, come down. We got the help. Hey, yeah, we ain't gonna turn you in. Just come down. We got the help you need. And he was like, in the way that they were saying it, he knew that once he would have went down there, they would have turned him in. That was the whole purpose, because he never seen anything different. So he was like, from that day forth, he just never went there because he had a warrant, which he eventually ended up getting squared away because Rib ended up dropping the charges or whatnot. And then now it was like, damn, he got it squared away. And now look, y'all was, y'all was trying to lower the brother down to y'all school, to hold him there, to get him locked up, to your own members. The brother come to you like, yo, they saying I did something, I didn't do it. I need help. I need you to believe in me and trust in me. I need help. And you say, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. Now I gotta turn you in. What? Hell you mean turn me in? You ain't turning me in, nigga.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I remember I had to get his brother counsel. So my brother in the world, he was like, yo, I got someone that need to talk to you. He been watching class and stuff like that. And he need to talk to you. I said, all right, bet. So we talking, and he like, yeah, I've been watching class, man, and all that. And my wife, she wasn't rocking out to the truth until, she started watching IUIC. He was like, she wasn't liking me watching y'all, but so she contacted IUIC. They told her, yeah, our marriage, we not really in a real marriage. We not in a real relationship because we don't got a contract by the white man. So tell him if he don't come into the school, you know what I mean, and they don't get a real birth certificate, marriage certificate that to leave him. So man got mad as hell when she hit her with the ultimatum. I told him, I said, man, you better just tell her to go, because what I mean?
Because once she go there, they're gonna sleep with her anyway.
Yeah, and he told me, he's like, yeah, yo, she from like deep down in South America. I was like, oh yeah,
they gonna sleep with her. And then when we say things like that, it's not like we making up stuff and just putting stuff on them. They believe if you don't have a certificate by the Esau, your wife is actually single.
Yes.
Unless she got a ring and marriage papers, when she walk into their school, she's free game. Anyone can have her.
Yeah.
That is no joke.
Yeah.
They would sleep with your woman. If your woman is in the IUIC and you don't have a ring on her finger and a marriage certificate, someone in there is going to try to sleep with her by telling her they're going to give her the ring and they're going to have a whole marriage ceremony. Go ahead, Jane.
So you saying basically they go to the white man before, because I know you're supposed to go. You can go to the dad, so you go to the white man before you go to the dad. That's what they do. That's what they do.
They go to Esau before they go to your actual goddamn father, who's supposed to give his daughter over.
Right.
But they go to Esau, and the only reason they go to Esau is because they know every woman wants the big marriage and the ceremony, and that's what they dream for. They've been prepped to get that since they've been little. So they tell the women exactly what they want to hear. But here's what the women don't realize. You're going to get eaten. Like literally. They eat women over there. What's her name? Joy Morgan?
Yeah, Joy Morgan.
Yeah, she's... Did they find her body yet?
Yeah, they found her in the woods.
A body?
In the woods. Yeah, he was so the story was, basically he was trying to take her. You know what I mean?
She had a husband, right?
No, she was single.
She was single.
She didn't want to deal with her on that matter. So he, being a Hamite, killed her. And when the whole thing happened, IUIC didn't speak out against it.
So they found her body in one piece.
Yeah, they found her in the woods. So what happened was IUIC didn't console the mom, be there with the family. They was quiet. Nobody was able to talk about it. And when they went down to the courthouse and all that, they didn't even wear purple. They didn't wear no purple.
So they went in there dressed
They
regular.
didn't march for her.
So they went out the Barclays Center in purple for
Yeah,
Kyrie,
they marched
but they didn't go
for-
to the courtroom.
They marched for Kyrie, but they didn't march for Jordan Martin.
See, there you have it.
Her life actually was taken away from her.
Yeah. So if your wife is in an IUIC, she's not your wife. She's somebody in there ribbed her.
Yeah. Well, we got a brother that's in here. His they done gave her all his ex-wife when they was like, he was trying to make it work with her. You know what I mean? The brother was like, she was getting counsel from them. It was having her. They backed up all the way. She full pledge went 8 crack on. Brother had to move out of Philly. He was like, yo, they got that real for me. Like, she hit, all cylinders. Well, a daughter of Zion shouldn't do. But see, the thing is, where he down in Texas now. He said, yo, the economy is booming down here. He said, what? I get to make so much money. The ladies is 10 times better. You know what I mean? His girl that he got is rocking. So, IUIC made that woman, turned that woman into coal. You know what I mean? But the Lord was with that brother, and now he well off.
Oh, most high Christ.
You know what I'm talking about too, right? Yeah, you already know how he coming. He on his pivot. He said, man, the medical field down here is booming. He said, it's a lot. Yes, I ain't mad at this move right now. You know what I mean? And like in the ISBK, our women don't do stuff like that, man. Like,
Hell no.
even if they man ain't in the school, we tell them to submit, to be a wife. You know what I mean? To that brother. Don't take away your duties from that brother. Uplift that man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Some brother, I believe this brother that came into the school because of their wife. It's like, you see, I think I seen one brother. He came in all black and everything, and his wife is known for cooking and putting on for the school. That brother came in like, listen, I don't know what y'all did to my wife,
but I'm for it.
I'm here. Y'all, okay. Y'all drink too. Okay, all right. Kind of kind. You know what I mean? Like that's how we get down there. That's how you do it.
Yeah, who's our Christ?
Time check 844.
Okay. Any questions online?
Still got people watching. My eyes.
Okay, no questions in the room? All right. Good. All right. Hold on, let me get another scripture. All right, let me get Oh, you know what? That the bridesmaid, right?
Talking about the bridesmaid when they was being ready for the groom with the candlelight.
Did you find it?
No, I don't think you told me to get that. I was looking for the one where Christ was talking about King Heaven is like seven women cleaving onto one man.
Okay. I think
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to Matthew 13 and 33. Let's see what that says. I don't think this is.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 33. Another parable spake unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal to the whole.
All right, that's not it. Hold on. So, all right. So, quote the scripture you looking for.
The kingdom of heaven is like 7 women unto 1 man.
They had the candlelight, the oil.
I'm on 6. James 7:6. Okay, they saying that there's 7 women. Okay, Christ. Okay, that's not the one. They're saying Isaiah 4:1. Christ spoke about it. The kingdom of heaven is like.
Matthew 25 and 1.
Oh wait. That's the one I was looking for. I was looking for that scripture for the longest. Good night. Okay. All right. I'll read it. Brother Michelle, if I could. All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's a perfect one. That's 10.
That's
he about to rib all of them that night. God damn. That brother got some stamina on him. So I get that's a honey pack. Yeah, that brother got dang. Lord be with him. It's possible. Read on.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry.
Man, look, we can go on this story if y'all want, but the point was made. There was 10 women waiting for him in the chamber. In the whole read the beginning.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
10 virgins took their lamp and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Read on.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 was foolish.
5 was wise, 5 was foolish. Read on.
That they were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Now, why did they need the lamp with the oil? In the car?
Make sure that they can have the light long enough.
For what?
So that the groom can come in. They can.
Yeah. So that light was so the groom can see where they at. So now he go to this one. He know, okay, that light's still burning. So that means she's over there. He's gonna ride the horse over there to her. Do what he got to do. Oh, there go the third one. They go to 4th light. Go to 5th light. So that light was for them. They hung it up to show, yo, I'm right here. I'm ready to be married.
Damn, this brother got some stamina. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, that's a lot of wine.
How he do it?
Man, this is Israel, man. You know how, you know what I mean? All right. Verse 4. But the wise took all their vessels with their lamps. While their bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went with him to marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open it up to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants, and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave his 5 talents, to another 2, and another one.
Look, that's going into the whole thing. Look, you could put that down as your multiple wife thing too. That was the whole point of that. Sure, that was 10 women. Is there any questions online?
Live, sir.
Any questions online?
So good night. He married 5 right in front of our faces.
2.
So the other ones, Salaki. Well, I'm not gonna marry the rest of y'all 5. So that's heavy because, like, what would the Christian church say about that? Like, they can't say nothing about it. It's like, it's Christ, right? It's in red letters, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, Christ is down with a woman, you know, a man having multiple wives, and he gave that man, you know, he compared that man to righteousness. So if you could, sir, what to sum it up, that whole chapter, what was he basically saying in totality?
Yeah, that was to not get caught slipping. That's what that meant.
Right.
So to not get caught slipping, because you never know when
Christ is gonna come back.
Yeah. So you get an order to do something, and the people that's going to make it is the people who follow the order and just wait up. So you had 5 of them who did exactly what he did, what he said, and then you had another 5 who was just lackadaisical.
If I could, so it's kind of like, you know, like a door to the end, because you never know.
Yeah.
And it's like most of the time, a lot of people want to try to change their life or like pray to the Lord at the last minute. So it's like, what we say, like, them sisters was like, oh man, I messed up. Would that be like the day of judgment when like Christ is coming and it's like you trying to pray, but it's like it's already too late?
Right. Yeah, it's too late. He ain't about to come in there and marry you. You don't got no light. He don't know you there. I mean, he told you what to do to be known, but you didn't do it.
Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yeah,
and no questions in the class? All right, no questions, right? No questions. All right, with that, pass the class off to the precinct officer in the car.